Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here. In this video we're talking about Nintendo Switch, Nintendo DS, PlayStation 4, EmuDeck, and more. Let's get started. Alright, we'll kick things off here talking about Nintendo Switch emulation on PC with Yuzu. If you like to play Fire Emblem Engage, you might want to check this update out. So mainline build 1316 is just dropped and it fixes Vulkan shader compiler crashes on Fire Emblem Engage. Unfortunately though, Yuzu isn't out of the woods just yet. The game still seems to have some other crashes and they are currently working through them, so I'm expecting a few more updates for Fire Emblem Engage. Moving on, and we're still talking about Switch emulation, but this time about Ryujinx. It's also a small update but a very interesting one. So version 1.1.590 improves performance very slightly on ARM64 systems. I'll take any kind of improvement for ARM64. On top of that, there's a brand new feature that doesn't currently work, but it is in the works and it looks very cool. Under Tools, Manage File Types, they've added options to associate or disassociate Nintendo Switch extensions with Ryujinx. So whether it's a .nsp or .xci, if you double click on it, it should open Ryujinx. It's not working yet, but this is a cool feature I'm looking forward to. And speaking about cool features, next up we're talking about PlayStation 2 emulation with PCSX2. And PCSX2 just got a whole bunch of nightly releases that improves a whole bunch of different games. I'm not joking with you here. Over the weekend, PCSX2 got a total of 12 different nightly builds. They're currently on version 1.7.3941, at least at the time of filming. Thanks to the legendary Stenzek, capturing has been enhanced in PCSX2. Arguably it performs a little bit better. There's now audio that you can add to video captures, or you can just have audio or just video. And on top of that, there's a brand new option here to manually set the video resolution. And on top of that, there's a number of different GameDB fixes, for example Snowboard Heaven, Colin McRae, Siphon Filter, and possibly more. If you haven't updated PCSX2 in a while, you might want to pick up the latest nightly build. Next up, we're talking about PlayStation 4 emulation, but not about PS4. We're talking about Obliteration. Obliteration is another PS4 emulator. This one is written in Rust, and it's currently using KYTY as its base. It is still into development, and they're looking at having an official release once they can get an actual game working on it. They'll be releasing version 0.0.1. As far as I know here, they plan on having releases for Windows, Linux, Mac, and ARM devices, so Mac M1s and possibly Androids at some point in the future. If you wanted to join the community there, they have a site over at matrix.to. I'll leave a link to this GitHub in the description below and feel free to check it out. Moving on now, and we're talking about EmuDeck, and the Windows version of EmuDeck just got a brand new update. This is a beta update, and I'll drop a link to the full changelog in the description below so you can check it out. It's available right on their Patreon page. They've got a brand new graphical interface so you can select different resolutions for PS1, PS2, Switch, and GameCube. They've got some fixes here, including launching PS2 games from Emulation Station. And there's also RetroArch customization, bezels, aspect ratios, and shaders. Next up, we're quickly talking about GarlicOS, an OS for the RG35XX by Anbernic, and this one's created by Team Black Seraph, who are making absolute miracles happen with this device. Over the weekend, there was a whole slew of improvements, including optimizations, hardware acceleration, and overclocking. Yes, they've overclocked the CPU to get games up and running a lot better, including PS1. Next up, we're talking about some more miracles here on another retro gaming handheld, the Analogue Pocket. It appears that PlayStation may be making its way over to the FPGA chip. Things are booting. Not perfect just yet, but they are working on them. I mean, in my opinion, this was kind of unexpected and extremely impressive. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Last up here, and arguably not least, we're talking about the Nintendo DS. There's a brand new game, kind of, a cancelled game that was uncovered called The Blob 1. If you haven't seen this one, I'll leave a link to this YouTube video in the description below. As far as I know, there are 3 levels in total. Level 1 is arguably the most playable, and apparently it does work on Dismumi. If you wanted to learn more about this, you might want to check out that video and also check out the description. But anyways, that is all I've got for you in this one. Straight to the point, all stuff and no fluff. We talked about a ton today. Let me know your thoughts about absolutely any of it in the comments below. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button, check out my other videos, don't tempt fate, save your state.